everybody, their brother, their sister, and their pet chihuahua too, is concerned about the next Zelda. That's the conversation constantly. But how many people talk about the next Mario? More people should be, because we have some interesting details and discussion to have here on where the plumber goes from here and why the next game is probably only 6-ish months away. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. This is pretty darn cool, and we are focusing on a leak/rumor, but there's other evidence that we can all just digest together that makes even more sense. So let me know in the comments down below what you want out of the next Mario, and in particular, 2D Mario, right? The last time we saw a mainline Mario game, it was Super Mario Odyssey, a phenomenal first-year Switch release that capitalized on the early days of Switch to deliver Mario Odyssey, which was so freaking cool. 3D Mario on the go. Cappy, eating up everything and copying so many cool characters, unique kingdoms, and just really the cherry on top of a fantastic first year. But despite reappearing in kart DLC, parties, and plenty of sports, this has been a low-key Mario gen. Yes, we did have Mario Maker 2, which is a fantastic game and has honestly hogged a lot of the 2D spotlight, but we have not had a new 2D Mario game in eons. Now, when I say new, I mean like a new idea. There's basically 4 eras of 2D Mario. Okay, you have the original NES era, comprising Mario Bros. 2, 3, Lost Levels. Then you have the Game Boy era, which is Mario Land. And then you have the SNES era, which is Super Mario World. And I'd kind of include the GBA era there too, as they sort of redid with Mario Advance, the NES titles and the SNES titles. The 4th era, though, began in 2006 on the Wii with New Super Mario Bros. And we have not eclipsed that era to this day. You could kind of argue that Mario Maker is its own era, but because Mario Maker is just tapping back into the previous eras, I don't buy it. We also had New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe on Switch, elongating and stretching the 4th era to lengths that are unprecedented. And now it's finally time for the 5th. Because if you look at it, it's just sort of odd that Mario, mainline Mario, hasn't really had a chance to shine since the Switch developed its supreme success. Outside of year 1, what has Mario done? Retreads, old games, parties, and sports. We're all so Zelda obsessed that we forget that Nintendo probably is prepping a new Mario adventure. And I firmly believe, myself, Zach, that this is happening. I firmly believe there is a new Mario game in the first half of 2023. Like, Nintendo has waited long enough, development time has passed, and there's no more perfect scenario than this one. All right, I'm going to draw your attention to this new leak/rumor from Zippo. And I understand Zippo is not the greatest source, but that's why I prefaced all this by saying, like, there's info and things that we can digest ourselves without Zippo. But I will bring up Zippo because he posted this, and that's what got my mind really thinking. Zippo says that there is a brand new 2D Mario game in development. Surprise, as if Nintendo isn't always working on new Mario. Now, Zippo is kind of chronically calling for new entries and franchises, and then they don't come out. Like, apparently Nintendo has a new Kid Icarus, and a new Donkey Kong, and a new Mario Kart, and a new Mario, whatever. He says some interesting things, though, that it will be its own thing, new era, that will feature a new art style that will take some people by surprise. It's very far along in development. Online multiplayer will be included, will feature the return of 4-Man Spike, and will release during the 2023-2024 fiscal year, which would begin in March of next year. Now, all of Zippo's comments aside, it really has to be coming soon. All right, there is a massive multimedia event that Nintendo is actually hitching a ton of wagons to next April, the Mario movie. Now, the Mario movie is more than just Chris Pratt's opportunity to try and redefine an awesome Italian voice from Charles Martinet. It also is Nintendo's big foray into the big time. This is a limelight spotlight production for Nintendo, one that has been through some ebbs and flows. And it is sort of following up their theme park expansion over in Japan, eventually in Hollywood, and worldwide as well. But this moment is big. This is Nintendo's new foray into, we do more than video games. They want to make sure they nail this and they don't have a product to go alongside. It makes perfect sense that the next Mario experience would launch alongside or very nearby the movie, so when kids are excited to go see this movie, afterwards their mom and dad can take them to Walmart and they can buy whatever new Super Mario Bros. Is, but not New Super, because we definitely are done with that. I appreciate that it brought in multiplayer, I appreciate the art style at the time, and for a while, like on the DS, I was very excited for their releases. But that has been a long time ago, and I'm really sick of that art style, and I think Mario needs to evolve. Now, it's been rumored from people like Jeff Grubb that Mario and Luigi have design tweaks in this new movie, and that it bears an animation style similar to Hotel Transylvania. And I wonder if this art style is going to be what we see in the 5th era of 2D Mario. Alright, 3D Mario is the rage, and I do believe we're approaching the time for that as well, but 2D Mario has been dormant, and I do think 2D Mario is something Nintendo values quite highly. They oddly abandoned Mario Maker 2 in a way that felt incomplete to me. It seems like they grew bored with that idea, and despite adding in some of the Zelda stuff that was neat, and despite focusing on some fun courses that creators design, they never got like that extra art style. They never tapped back into Game Boy or something of that sort. It just felt like the game kind of, it didn't go as far as it could have. They did get the multiplayer part fixed, but I feel like the passion for that project was evidently expired. And I think they need a new generation idea to really forward Mario. I would love to see a very hand-drawn type art style, not totally Paper Mario, but something just very beautiful, and something that we've seen kind of mastered by the indie scene. But I would bet my marbles that the next Mario game focuses on the movie art style. Not a movie cash-in game, but one that kind of takes this as the next thing for Mario. And then the 3D Mario game can continue, whether it's Odyssey 2 or something brand new, and many people are looking ahead of the calendar and saying that could be the big holiday game for next year. And it kind of also lines up with the idea that a new Nintendo Switch could be launching next year, a Pro model, and if it could come out with 2D Mario and then at some point have Breath of the Wild 2 nearby, that would be a stellar, incredible release. It doesn't seem time for a new Mario Kart, and Nintendo did love launching that alongside the Switch, so what better other IP than just Mario? Not Mario Sports, not Mario Kart, not Mario Paint, Mario. And actually, Nintendo has set this up so beautifully, because while we did tire out on New Super Mario Bros., the flip to complete 3D for all the franchises has made a desire, I feel, for Nintendo to show that they're kings again of the 2D platformer. We've heard they're working on Donkey Kong, which I would personally love as a major Donkey Kong fan, and I hope that still comes, but they have a chance to sort of re-cement themselves as the kings of 2D. I'm sure they've had plenty of new developers enter the fray with new interesting ideas, and while they've been busy turning Kirby to 3D with huge success and evolving Pokemon and Zelda, the indie scene has really, I'd say, just mastered this style of game. They have out Mario'd Mario in many ways, because the new Super Mario Bros. Games, while good, for me, they feel lacking in some way. They began to feel formulaic, and they began to feel a bit heartless. Now, when you're talking about a game releasing near a movie, heartless is something you have to worry about, but I don't think Nintendo will enter the 5th era of 2D Mario lightly. I think they've shown that they're willing to be innovative with Bowser's Fury on the 3D side, and I think that they are ready after such a long break. We're talking like 17 years between 2006 and 2023 to deliver something new. I think it's time Mario gets a new move. I think it's time that there's an interesting alternate villain. I don't know that we need to go through 8 castles to defeat the Koopa Kids and Bowser again, and in fact, I really hope that is not the case. I hope that this game takes us by surprise in that it innovates in locations, but most importantly, enemies. Like, this would be the biggest shift for the franchise since Mario Bros. 2 and 3? To introduce, well, World had some as well. I guess they used to do a lot more of it. We're just kind of stuck in this pattern of Koopa Kids, Goombas, Koopas, and Bowser, but it would be great to either return to someone as awesome as, say, Mauser and Wart, or introduce all new characters. I still think Nintendo is missing out on the fact that Splatoon was introducing new characters and they gelled perfectly with the greater universe. And while the 3D games have taken advantage of new fun enemies to supplement their new fun mechanics, the 2D stuff has lagged behind. And this is why this is so exciting, and if it is to come out alongside the movie, could be one of the big early hits for 2023. If we have a new 2D Mario in the waiting that has a new art style and that begins the next generation, the next era of this type of Mario game, that is a massive deal. And honestly, this is something that we could see soon, whether it's shortly before the reveal of the movie or shortly after the reveal of the movie. If this game is going to come out near that April launch for the Mario Bros. Movie, they better start talking about it at some point soon. Maybe at this coming Direct, maybe at a February Direct, maybe at the Game Awards. What better announcement from Nintendo than a classic? Mario is back in a totally new 2D game, and Nintendo is ready to show you why they're the original pro. Let me know what you think of all this in the comments down below. Like I said, Zippo's stuff is interesting, but we know Zippo is kind of all over the place. It's more just that the timing lines up, Nintendo's release calendar lines up, and the gigantic chasm between New Super Mario Bros. And today means that something is definitely due. So let me know what you think. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. And until next time, this would be freaking exciting. So thanks so much for watching. SwitchForce out.